In this tutorial, we learn how to multiply with complex numbers. And to do that, we're going to work through the examples that we see here. So to get us started, let me move this question to the side, like so. We can see here that we're given three complex numbers, and the first thing we're asked to do is to find the product of z1 times z2, where both z1 and z2 can be read at the top of the page here. So let's go ahead and do that. So that's question 1. Now z1 times z2 is equal to 3 minus 2i, which I write in parentheses, times 4 plus I, which I also write in parentheses. To multiply these two complex numbers, we use the usual rules of distributivity, keeping in mind the important result, that is, I squared is equal to -1. So with that in mind, let's go ahead. Distributing this the usual way leads to the following. 3 times 4 plus 3 times I minus 2i times 4 minus 2i times I. That's equal to 3 times 4, which is 12, plus 3i minus 2i times 4, which is 8i, minus 2i times I, so that's 2i squared. Now, using the result we just stated, we can go ahead and write that this equals to 12 plus 3i minus 8i minus -2. That's equal to 12 plus 3i minus 8i plus 2. Finally, gathering like terms, in other words, this 12 with this 2 and this 3i with this -8i, leads to the result z1 times z2 equals to 14 minus 5i. And that's the answer. We now answer the second question, question 2, and in question 2 we need to find z2 times z3, where z2 is still 4 plus I and z3 is 6i. So z2 times z3 is equal to, in parentheses, 4 plus I, that's z2, times 6i. Once more, we open up these parentheses using the usual rules of distributivity. So that would be equal to 4 times 6i, so that's 4 times 6i, plus I times 6i, so that's I times 6i. Now, 4 times 6i is 24i, and I times 6i, well, that's 6i squared. Using the fact that I squared equals to -1, we can state that this equals to 24i minus 6. Finally, we state that z2 times z3 is equal to -6 plus 24i. And that's the final answer. And so that's how we can multiply two complex numbers. And that's it for this tutorial.